Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Travis RC. Today is the qualifying day for the Minnesota Icebreaker Championships at Dollar Hobbyz in Woodbury, Minnesota. And it'll be fun because, for one, we haven't been to Dollar Hobbyz in a hot minute, so it'll be cool to get some racing in there. But also, this is my first multi-day event, so I was in there for practice yesterday. I'll touch on that in a little bit. Today is qualifying. I think there's 3 rounds of qualifying, and then tomorrow is the mains, and there are triple mains. Full disclosure, I don't yet understand this format and how it works. I know this is how a lot of the big races operate, though. It'll probably be nice to get some of that familiarity going into the ONS race in Savannah, Georgia in a couple weeks. So I'm not looking at this as prep for ONS at all. I'm looking at this as a big hurdle that I'm trying to tackle, because biggest race I've ever done, biggest turnout. I think we have like 20 to 25 in the intermediate 17.5 class. So far and away the biggest event I've done, and this event is sponsored by like Associated, Reedy, and some others as well, and there's a lot of Team Associated guys that are also here. I don't want to do a ton of practice in this video because there's going to be a lot of racing in here already, but I'll touch on a couple of highlights. The track is super loose, as kind of expected compared to the toy box, but I was actually kind of taken back by how much less traction there is on this surface still, even though I knew there'd be less. With the help of Tyler Aubert, kind of checking out my setup, seeing how the car's driving, he made a couple recommendations, made a couple changes for me. Raised the ride height in the front a little bit, also in the rear, and we took out some negative camber also. That definitely helped out a lot as well. And the track's not overly technical, but the 2 biggest problems that I have with this track are, one, the perception of that backstretch jump. It's a big jump, you need to go fast for it, but it's kind of hard to line up for it. As you already maybe know, the driver's stand at Dollar Hobbyz isn't that tall, and that does create some challenges with the perception and just lining things up right. The other issue with the not super tall driver's stand is there's always some kind of blind spot on this track. So on the right side, there's kind of that tall but short double tabletop thing. Depending on where you're at on the driver's stand, there's a really good chance that once you land that and hit that downside, you're going to lose sight of your car for a split second. So if you end up veering off and you're not going necessarily straight or the way that you want to or expect to, then you're going to run into a little bit of a challenge there, and hopefully you don't drive off the track or take somebody out because you can't see your car. So a couple things happened during practice. I broke the I don't know if you want to call it the steering block, I guess, that your bearings go into and that your spindle goes through. Broke one of those on a track barrier that had no give. So I was able to replace that. So then as soon as I went back out on the track, I broke the C-hub. And I assume that when I did the first round of damage that it cracked or stressed that C-block enough that it didn't take much for it to break. So note to self there for sure that if one of those breaks, the other one might be inclined to break pretty easily as well, so you might as well just replace both. But by the end of practice yesterday, after I got the damage fixed, I started to gain a little bit more confidence with the track, how I needed to nail the turns. The lines aren't hard to figure out. That doesn't usually seem to be a thing that I struggle with, but just the lesser amount of traction and figuring out how to drive accordingly. The changes that I made to the car, I think I'm okay with for now. As the weekend goes on, rubber is going to get laid down in theory, and there we'll probably find a little bit more traction. But that's a gradual change too. So I just kind of got to play it out, see how it's going to go. I'll get a little bit of a feel for it this morning. There's a couple hours of practice before the heats actually start. So I'm at like a 65% confidence level going into today. I'm most worried about that big jump on the back side of the track, and just being able to nail that consistently. But if I can get some practice in, I'm sure I'll get the hang of it a little bit better. There's a lot of racing today. There's a lot of classes. There's a lot of people in each class. There's even vintage classes, I believe. So it's a jam-packed day. It's going to go smooth, I think. They usually run a pretty good program here at Dollar, and hopefully we can get out at a decent time and go hang out with some friends. So my question for you in this video is, what was your first RC car? What year was it? What was the model? Was it a racer? Was it a basher? Where did you go from there? I mean, I always like this question because it's really cool to kind of learn about like the evolution of people in the hobby and where they started, what they're working with now. Now that I caught you up on everything that's happening this weekend so far, we're on our way to the track for qualifying day. Let's get some caffeine, shall we? All right, we went to Caribou Coffee, and you know what that means. It's time. You know it, your mother knows it, your grandmother knows it, your great-grandmother knows it. It's time for the caffeine check. I've had a couple ice mochas lately because it was starting to feel like spring, but woke up in Minnesota this morning and there's more snow on the ground and the roads are shitty and it's a little colder out. So back to hot mochas for now. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I'm telling you, they made this right. They always do. Caribou never lets me down. Starbucks sucks. We've gone over this before. You guys know where I stand on the Midwest coffee establishments, but nothing beats Caribou. It just superior in every way. All right, you're caught up on practice. We're caught up on caffeine. Let's go ahead and get over to Dollar Hobbyz and try to get some practice in. Check out the pit spot and see what's going down. All right, here's the pit setup that we're rocking with today. And you can see a nice addition to the new pit organizer with a car stand. We'll get one printed in our colors, but Dan brought this over here. And if you want one of these awesome pit organizers, it has everything. It even has a built-in shock stand here, trays for your batteries, super awesome. And then this is also designed for a ProTech pit light, kind of like Dan has over here, that integrates with the whole thing. It's just an all-in-one organization and setup thing. So make sure you hit up rcx873racing.com or rcx873racing on Facebook. Send Dan a message. He's got a ton of colors he can print in. He's got a whole combo price. He's got everything going on. He's got more stuff in the works too. So absolutely love this. But anyways, we've got a couple of rounds of practice in so far, and the car's feeling a lot better. The track's feeling a lot better. I think some of that rubber is kind of getting laid down on the carpet now that there's been extensive use on this layout, and navigating the turns much better. So just got to find the consistency, make sure that we're lining up with this jump okay back here, and it's been all right so far. All right, there we go. Now it's official. We are repping the brand, repping the Gens Ace logo, the batteries, charger, the t-shirt. Now I'm just going to do a quick nut and bolt on the car, and then we are race 4 or 7. I got to double check. Go through tech during the race before ours, and as long as we pass, which we should. I've checked my weight, I've checked the voltage, make sure that's all good, so we shouldn't have any issues there. And then we'll get to round 1, see how it goes. So let's get to qualifying. 17.5 intermediate.
Oh, you're ready,
Travis. Yep. Yes, sir.
All right, 1492, 42. Then just plug everything in, turn it on, so I can see that it's in blinky. There you go. You're good.
Thank you.
Starting order, this one's going to be Travis on the tone, followed by Trevor, Brian, Audie, and Mark when I call your names. Travis on the tone. Trevor, Brian, Audie, and Mark. We're off and rolling. Heat 1 of 5 for intermediate jumpsuit 5 buggy. Work together out there, drivers. Got a slower car in front of you, use the patience. Got a fast car coming up on you, give a little bit of room. Go wide in the corner, right in front of someone, not slam the door shut. You will both be worse off, I guarantee it. Couple back to this one, Travis out front, Trevor on that deep spot, followed by Brian, Audie, and Mark.
Oh no.
One minute of this one is Travis up top. He's on 21.506. 3 comes back in. Trevor, caution on the big jump. Caution on the big jump. Caution on the big jump. That's all, caution on the big jump. Do not send it. Audie and Mark running out the field. Race number 8. Speed 205 for intermediate 75. You should be back. 13.59 translate on by lap number 6. I'll have the race. Caution on the big jump on the right side. Caution, caution, caution. Caution, caution. Great job, Milo. Clear, clear, clear. 2 down, 3 to go. Travis, Trevor, Brian, Audie, and Mark, get your running order. Caution on the big jump. Caution on the big jump. Clear, clear, clear. Great job, Milo. Halfway into this one, Trevor's on 25.02. 1.5 back to Brian in that 2 spot, 25.05. Then it's 2.8 back to Travis in the 3, 45.12. Then it's Mark and Audie running out the field. Oh, looks like Audie kept out on that number 6. Did not do it after there. Oh, it's Brian now. 1.2 back to Trevor, 5 back to Travis. Brian Miller stand by. Here's how I have a race. Overall, though, won the 2 spot Travis. Lap number 12, 13.2. 1:15 left to go. Your leader, Brian, across the line over the triple. 21.5, 11 pace. He's joining 8-second lead over Travis in that 2 spot.
Oh, no.
Travis was 6 minutes back on Travis. 1 minute left to go. That's your battle for the 2 spot. And Mark just looks, come on, I think your transponder stopped working. Seconds left to go. Caution on the big jump. Caution on the big jump.
Oh, hey!
Caution on the big jump. When I talk caution on the big jump, you do not send it. If I see it again, you're done.
Good.
Travis is done. Brian, Trevor, and Mark still alive. Trevor, Mark.
So round 1 went okay. I need to clean it up a little, but all said and done, round 1, I'm slated 13 out of 26, not bad. So my big short-term goal right now is to hit top 10, and hopefully by the end of the day, I could be seated in the A sort. That would be really cool. I think I had the fastest lap in my race, which was nice. I was in first for a bit, then second, then third, then second. So it wasn't bad. I just need to clean up, like I said, focus on the consistency, really hit those marks on the turns. I think the track's going to be changing a little bit throughout the day, though, as more rubber gets laid down, more traction. So we'll see how that goes. And I just got to make sure I line up for that big jump. But I know that they've also been making some adjustments to it, I think, just to kind of clean the face up and hopefully make it a smoother transition. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Race number 8 for round 2, and hopefully we're a little bit better than 13 on the other side of this round. So we'll see. We're killing some time before the round 2 race. Sean's here. Opie's here. Blah. The wives are all here. My Here comes the touchdown for the Bears. Oh, he runs it in!
Oh, uncontested.
Travis, Trevor, John, and Daniel. Ted, you are on the cone. Travis, Trevor, John, Daniel. And away we go. 3 of 5 for 75 intermediate. Here is Franklin. 25 left. Partner coming out swinging. Travis, Ted, Daniel, and Trevor. Going into lap number 2. This is John Hunter. So we're up top on 23.502 pace. 1.2 over to Travis. In that 2 spot, 22.503. Last second, left hand, John, 22.509. Rough lap of time. Help Daniel Bailey up in 3. 1 in, 4 to go. Partner, 23.513. 8-10 lead over Travis in that 2 spot, 22.503. Now Travis to the point with a 13.7. Travis 14.8. In the blink of an eye, he's changed. Travis is back up with a 13.5. John's 13.3. He turns his back. 3:40 left on the race spot. Fight battle continues to sit 7 up on Bailey in the 2 spot. Edlin taking a 1 step back on Bailey in the 4. 6 up on Trevor in the 5. Bailey turning up the dial, 13.59 on that number 6. It should be their hot lap. Hunter throwing it down with a 13.48. High up the race by 2 tenths. That's time by 13.9 on Bailey. 13.2 on Hunter. 14.6 on Travis. It's John, Travis, Daniel, Ted, and Trevor. 15 over here, 2.5 on Travis in 2 spot. Hunter starting to air it out now. 6 second lead over Travis in the 2. Bailey in the mix now. 14 back on Travis. 13.4 on John. 13.5 on Travis. 14.2 on Trevor. His foul after the race. 15.7 on Daniel. Going to put him back. 2.6 on Travis in the 2. Race 9. Should be Tech. 14.1 on time, that's time by. Daniel's 13.8. Bailey now up to 2, Travis down to 3. Oh, John and Ted getting together. John's still on a pace though, 22.506. 7 up and 9 up on Daniel in 2. 3 up on Travis in the 3. 1:30 left to go. 13.9, 13.6 on John, 9.9 to gap. 13.4 on Travis. Leading 1 back on Daniel. That battle being up. Got 10 left on the race clock. Making 7 tenths left time by. That's just 2 overall. 13.7 on Travis. 13.8 on Daniel. Right now, 50 seconds left on the clock. It's John, Daniel, Travis, Ted, and Trevor. 25 seconds left to go. 13-9 out of number 1. Last time by they're out at the race. My number 16. 14-5 out of John and Daniel. It was a 14-3 for Travis that time. They're back over 13-7. They're in the hunt for that 2 spot. They're 1 second back on Daniel. They only got 10 seconds left. Oh, look at 110 from Daniel and Travis. 3 on the race line. Keep going. Travis is done. Travis is done. Travis is done. We're not driving again. Everybody's done.
Thanks, dude. All right, round 2 was definitely gooder than round 1. I felt like I was about the same or maybe a little bit worse than round 1, but it turned out I wasn't. Still need to clean it up a little bit. Still didn't line quite right with that back jump. Cut a couple turns a little too short. I might try to put my dual rate down a little bit, maybe like 2 or 3%. See how that feels. I think that might help me out a little bit, but otherwise I did get 21 laps in round 2 as opposed to round 1 where I got 20. So I went from round 1 being 13th out of 26 to round 2 where now I'm 7th out of 26. So that's good. I don't know if that means A sort or not, or how many are going to be in the A. I still don't understand the format. I'm probably going to say that all the time, but so it's an improvement. And if I can be faster in round 3 than what I was in round 2, that's a big win in my book. And I'll be pretty stoked about having top 10 after qualifying. So with that new seating, it looks like I'll be starting second in round 9, and we'll see how it goes. We're gonna be pretty evenly matched with everybody that's in that race. We're all within, it looks like, 3.5 seconds of each other. Yeah, wish me luck, I guess. I'm gonna need it.
Travis, Tyler, Daniel, Justin. Even the computer's struggling at this point.
Tyler Steele ended up.
Tyler Steele off and early lead, followed by Travis, Justin, Allen, and Daniel. Still early though, I'll let you settle in and start calling out the paces. Well, and then Tyler Steele top at 23 by 12. 1.4 back against Travis in that 2 spot on 22.509.
Oh no.
1.7 back on Travis and Justin on 21.507.
Goodness gracious.
And Daniel on 21.512. Only 300 separating Travis and Daniel right now. Tyler's off the 2-second lead over Justin now on the 2. Justin sits 1.6 up on Travis in 3. Leader across the line. Bit of a rough lap, 15-2. Still on P2 Dago, 2.508. That's 3.6 back to Travis. Travis on 21.504, and he's up to 3 overall.
That ain't gonna do it.
Travis and Allen swapping 3 laps. So 1,700 for the second in the field right now. 12.779 out of Allen last time by. He took a reset overall. That's going to put him solidly in the 2 spot. Really 1.4 up on Daniel now. Travis with a rough lap. 2 down the 4th spot. And Justin right on the field. Halfway to this is Tyler's lead though. Really on 2 days. 22.5 over record. Allen's been making some inroads though. 4 tenths in Allen's favor last time by. He said that Justin now in that 3 spot, recently going high with a 13.33. That's that ride, Justin with the best car on track. That's going to be good enough to put him with 2 overall. 145 on this one. This is Tyler, Justin, Daniel, Trevor, and Allen. Justin right now is sitting 4.3 back. Justin's on 22.513. Justin James right now will be good up to 2 overall. Allen's on 21.503. That's good up to 4 overall. Travis on 21.503. Good up to 5 overall. And Daniel on 21.509. Good up to 7 overall. We've got 1 more round. 1 more heat of 17.5. He's last on the ball line. Going through here across the line. For some reason, the 5-star Daniel Bailey is getting sliced and diced with our leader, RTQ. On Tyler Steele, that's the blue. Orange in the white car. Keep going, keep going. Everybody's still alive. Allen's in Travis is lead on Tyler and Daniel.
Oh no.
All in all done. Tyler has reset his Travis is 1.503, number 3 overall.
Where'd let my car go?
Cheers, friends.
Cheers. Bleh. It's pretty good. All right, some delicious grub here after a hard day of racing. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, and it's the mains day at the Minnesota Icebreaker Championships at Dollar Hobbyz. I'm overall not too mad about where we're sitting and how yesterday went. Before I get too far, daylight savings happened, lost an hour of sleep, and I need caffeine. So we're pulling into Caribou now, and let's wake up a little bit, shall we? Caffeine check time. Ooh, this is gonna be hot. Oh, it is, but in the best way possible. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right, we're starting the day here with a little bit of footage. So this is from round 3. Round 3, we ended up in second place. I believe we had 21 laps again, so that's good. So second place in all 3 rounds, which consistent, I'm happy with. We improved, I think, a little bit in each one. 20 laps in round 1, 21 in 2 and 3. So I believe it was rounds 2 and 3 are what count for qualifying. And I think they total the laps and the times from your best 2, and that's how they seed you. So 42 laps and whatever that combined time from the 2 rounds was is what seeds us. So out of 23, we ended up number 8 overall. So that's awesome. Top 10 was kind of my short-term goal there. And then next was A-Main. Super close to the A-Main. We were 1 spot away from making the A-Main. So we are in the B-Main, and we're starting number 1 in the B-Main. So that's cool. And there's also a C-Main and a D-Main. So I'm pretty stoked with starting number 1 on the grid, Q1 in the B main. Obviously, I'm hoping for a win. It's a 5-minute race, but it's going to be so competitive. We're all pretty evenly matched, and I haven't looked at the exact times and everything that we're all at, but we all got to be within just a small handful of seconds within each other. There's going to be 8 total people in the race. Right now there's 7 listed, but there's going to be 1 bumping up from the C main into our B main, and every single person in there, they're honestly just as fast. And I can be faster. I need to make less mistakes. That's all it is. The car felt really good in all the qualifying rounds yesterday. And in the B main, our friends Dan over there, who always edges us out a little bit, but so far we've got his number so far, just a little bit. And then Justin over here too, who's always really fast. And we're gonna go to his 8-scale track in North Branch this year for MNRC stuff. So that's fun. So I'm gonna hit a few practice laps here, watch some more footage, just see if I can pick anything out of there, and then just chill. I'm just gonna do what I can to stay calm here and finish my coffee, and it's just the nerves. I just need to stay calm and keep the nerves under control in the B main, and I think we'll be just fine. So here goes nothing.
Go get it, Travis.
Oh, we'll try.
Don't do like me.
7. This is 5 minutes to the event. Let's see you clean on that first lap. Remember, you pass on the inside, the outside, not through. Our drivers and our marshals are ready. We're going to move on to the solid home in less than 5.
Nice start.
Starts in first corner. That's going to let Justin on by. Now Jaden up to the point. Couple is 50 ways to go. First lap in the foot.
Whoop.
We got Jaden.
I don't know who that was, but I am really sorry.
Jeremy, Daniel, Justin in bed. Oh, that is out early. Right now, this is all right. Jaden Ellsworth. They're currently sitting 4.2 seconds up over Travis next each spot. One back from Travis. Jeremy gets it wrong. Coming over the tabletop. He got to let Haley on by to the 3. Travis did it wrong all over the triple. Jaden checking out with 1 minute in, 4 left to go. This is the all-red car coming up over this zone. Yeah, it was 4.1 last time by. Going to extend it to 5.2. Jaden drops the line 32. Oh my God. Haley now, he's sitting on the back out. Oh, got pretty clean back ahead of him. He's got decent clean. He's a little wrong. Holy big jump. No hard speed though. Way they go. They're duking it out. From the cruise on down to the 6. Right now, Jaden's got the 4-second lead over Haley in that 2 spot. Now Sled up to the 2. He's all about the lead. Crazy, Willow, Rasta. There's not early. Last time by 5-second gap to your leader. They all red and Jaden Ellsworth. Cross the line they go. 14-3 last time by. Here comes Sled. 13-1 on Sled. He's going to keep 1.2 seconds out of that lead. He's now 3.6 back. 2 left over his spot. See that all red car coming up on you. That is your leader. Jeremy, that is your leader. Do not freak it out. Do not get back here. Jeremy, you're going to the 7. 2:10 left to go. It's Jaden, Sled, Bearhill, Fraley, Haley, Willow, Rasta. Sled now hits the intro. Full of white. Sorry. About It's about one big jump in length. Your leaders coming forward, the lower they go. Here comes Holdsworth, here comes Sledden, they got 1.4. They get 1.2, 140 left to go. Also go to the tabletop. Sledden over the tabletop. Here they come over the tabletop. Oh, Sledden's gonna catch the wall. Quick march on the way he goes. There it is, going to be working on the back door of the game, and he'll be all ready, getting over, leading the way. Took the lead on the first lap, hasn't looked back since. He was dealing with a hard start from Sledden. And now he's enjoying a 5-second lead. No one can keep on. This 1.2 back to Brady. 3 seconds back to Willow. 5 back to Brady. 7 back to Servo. And 9 back to Morasa. Leader Maryland Boyd and Cassidy. He's got head on now. 35 left on the race clock. 13-4 on your rear last time by. Here comes the 2-guard Sledden. 13-5 on Sledden. 5.1 the gap. 25 left to go. Brady still the lead. He's going 1 second back on Sledden. Here comes Justin. Here comes Brady. 7-10, 2-2, and the 3. We got 10 left to go. He's going to get 1 more. He just got a decent lead. Nice and slow. He got a 5.7 lead. 2 seconds left on the race clock.
Don't worry.
Off the spot one. Sledden's in with 3. Elzo's in with the win. Everybody else is racing. Grayling with 2. Waiting on Fairview. Oh, Kanye Elmer's going to take that one. It's a bump to the A-main. Took that lead at the tone. Led every lap since. Braley with the 2 and Sledden with that.
All right, quick weekend recap, and then we're going to get into some of the ONS stuff. The key takeaways that I have, kind of starting with the opportunities. The thing that I think killed me the most and affected my results the most is lining up for that back jump. And there were some times where if you landed off to the left, they had a couple of those little turn dots, and you can kind of use those to kind of hop back up over the barrier and get back onto the track around the corner. But it's going to come with wheel time. Figuring out that perception. The shorter driver stand they have at this track doesn't help. I hope in the future at some point maybe they make it a little bit taller. It's probably not in the front of their list because it works for most people. But it's something to get used to, and just figuring out mentally how to line up with that and kind of be able to see it, because there are times I can do it really reliably and consistently, and there are times where I still slip up. Outside of that, I showed earlier Tyler Aubert kind of helped with ride height and camber and all that at the beginning of the video there in practice, and those things help the car a lot more than I would have expected. And that just kind of tells me I need to get a better handle of those simple minor adjustments and how they're going to affect the car depending on the track that we're on. Those are my key opportunities, other than still trying to learn and figure out how to just keep my nerves down and stay cool up on the stand. But for the positives, I mean, 8 out of 26, qualifying 8 out of 26, that's not bad. I know it's the intermediate class. I know it's not the pro class, but a couple months ago, I don't think that I would have done that well. Missing the A main by just 1 spot and starting first in the B main, 8 out of 23, I'm pretty happy with. There were quite a few times where I drove really well, really consistently, and as more time goes on, the more that we're going to dial that in and really be able to make those fine-tuning adjustments to the driving. But I'm getting a lot more confidence in feeling like I can make the car do what I want it to do, and it took a while to get to that point, but I think I'm there. So overall, it was a great weekend. It was a very solid weekend of fun and learning for my first quote-unquote big event, first multi-day event. It was very interesting, and I actually really dig the format that we did with this. Big shout out to Dollar Hobbyz and the folks that organized this event. They ran a really tight program. They kept everybody in line and in check, as you probably heard during a couple of races. And overall, I think everything was really smooth. Absolutely no issues, no complaints with the event itself. So that's kind of the short recap on the Minnesota Icebreaker Championships. Let's talk a little bit about the Jconcepts Outdoor National Series. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, I was invited to go to Savannah, Georgia for the first round of the ONS race. Now, you might be familiar with the INS, the Indoor National Series. Jconcepts is really trying to bring back outdoor 10 scale racing, and we're talking like outdoors on looser surfaces. So we're really kind of going old school with this event in this new series. I'm really grateful, very thankful for Jconcepts and everybody involved that is bringing me in, giving me a place to crash for the weekend, and just getting the chance to absorb information from professionals and just to be around them and kind of get a feel for what a bigger event is like. And I know that will translate later on, especially in the summer, to more racing. You're going to see people like Ryan Mayfield. He's coming back to 10 scale. I think Spencer Rifkin's going to be there. Ryan Harris is going to be there. I mean, there's going to be people that do this for a living, and quite a few of them. So it's going to be a really cool opportunity, and I just want to be able to be a sponge. Now, as far as ONS goes, we are not going to be running this car. What we will be running is this car. I'm sure you remember hearing about Tyler Aubert in past videos. He lives not too far from here. We raced with him at the Icebreaker, and he brought this car to the Icebreaker, and he is very graciously and very kindly allowing us to use this RC10 B7D at this ONS race. I was telling Tyler quite a while ago about the possibility of attending the ONS race. He said, hey, I have an extra dirt car that you can use. And he has a setup in here that should be a pretty good baseline for us to try to adjust and be able to get dialed into this Georgia track without too much difficulty. So this does have a negative 4mm chassis. It does have a ball diff, as the B7Ds usually do run, and that's new for me, so I got to kind of make sure I know how that works and all that jazz. He threw in a handful of spare parts as well, so we should be ready to rock and roll for this ONS race, and I'm pretty excited to get this car down there and get it on the dirt and see what it can do. So big thank you to you, Tyler. This is very much appreciated. And of course, I want to give a big thank you to FierceRCSolutions.com. Make sure you check out their website for the best deals in RC racing. And of course, to Jconcepts for their wonderful partnership on the battery program. They've been second to none, and I really do think that they are the best bang for the buck in the RC world for the racers. So don't forget to like, comment, share, but most importantly, subscribe, because in the next video, we're going outdoor 10th scale racing. And then after that, we're going to start looking towards 8th scale, and I have some really big things planned, like really big things planned for 8th scale. You don't want to miss that. Genuinely, everybody, thank you again for checking out Travis RC, and I will see you in the next one.